1. The hottest music and dance always comes from home. 2. The great tree chooses where to grow, and we find it there, so it is with the greatness in men. 3. Truth is like fire, it cannot be hidden under dry leaves. 4. To love that one who never loves you is like rain falling in the forest. 5. Though it is the hand that gives, the man must be thanked. 6. Those who arrive to the spring first drink the purest water. 7. There is a good reason why natural water never runs at night. 8. The womb is not a boat. It cannot carry as much as a boat. 9. The tortoise said it wants to box, but its hand is too short. 10. The sun shines on those who are standing before it, shines on the people kneeling under them. 11. The secret of success is to start from scratch. 12. The predator lands on an unknown tree. 13. The one who shows off himself in every place will one day search for where to hide. 14. The mouth does not forget what it tasted only one time. 15. The light of 1,000 stars doesn't equal the light of the moon. 16. The sun does not forget a village just because it is small. 17. If the rhythm of the drumbeat changes, the dance steps must adapt. 18. Wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one individual can embrace it. 19. The one who loves an unsightly person is the one who makes him beautiful. 20. The fool speaks, the wise man listens. 21. If you marry a monkey for his wealth, the money goes and the monkey remains. 22. By crawling, a child learns to stand. 23. If you want to get to the top, you must begin at the bottom. 24. Only a fool tests the depth of a river with both feet. 25. The fish that is being pursued by a crocodile will eventually jump on land. 26. The mouth that speaks does not bring calamity. It is the mouth that does not speak. 27. Even the best cooking pot will not produce food. 28. He who learns teaches. 29. No matter how long the night, the day is sure to come. 30. It is the grass that suffers when elephants fight. 31. One who causes others misfortune also teaches them wisdom. 32. The surface of the water is beautiful, but it is no good to sleep on. 33. If you do not have patience, you cannot make beer. 34. The wise create proverbs for fools to learn, not to repeat. 35. You always learn a lot more when you lose than when you win. 36. He who loves the vase loves also what is inside. 37. 2 ants do not fail to pull 1 grasshopper. 38. The death of an elder is like a library burning down. 39. A stranger cannot know the secret paths of the village. 40. Even the best dancer on the stage must retire sometime. 41. When you have a good character, you don't have to prove it to others. 42. Knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. 43. A bird that flies off the earth and lands on an anthill is still on the ground. 44. A dog eats the fattest bone. 45. Rain does not fall on one roof alone. 46. African unity is not a choice, it is a necessity. 47. Those who much does not speak much. 48. A person is a person because of other persons. 49. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. 50. Do not look at where you fell, but where you slipped. 51. If you are filled with pride, then you will have no room for wisdom. 52. When the shepherd comes home in peace, the milk is sweet. 53. You cannot build a house for last year's summer. 54. A person who sells eggs should not start a fight in the market. 55. A wise person will always find a way. 56. If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. 57. Do not call the forest that shelters you a jungle. 58. The eye never forgets what the heart has seen. 59. When the lion cannot find meat, it eats grass. 60. No matter how beautiful the fiddle, it still needs someone to play it. 61. Forgiveness ends the quarrel. 62. The lizard that jumps from the high Iroko tree to the ground said he would praise himself if no one else did. 63. A tree without roots will fall. 64. A man who uses force is afraid of reasoning. 65. The anger of a lion should not be mistaken for cowardice. 66. If you close your eyes to facts, you will learn through accidents. 67. A beautiful thing is never perfect. 68. When you follow in the path of your mother, you learn to live without fear. 69. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. 70. A man who pays respect to the great paves the way for his own greatness. 71. The best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. 72. A bird that soars too high will eventually be caught by the wind. 73. When the sun rises, it rises for everyone. 74. He who eats alone cannot discuss the taste of the food with others. 75. It is better to be a friend to all than a relative to a few. 76. The grasshopper that takes a walk at night is the one who knows the secret paths of the village. 1. Good actions are nourishment for youths much more than words. 2. Those who waste time only hurt themselves. 3. What you may call small, another will call it big. 4. What makes up an anthill is the effort and order of determined and organized termites. 5. Water that has been begged for does not quench the thirst. 6. You wouldn't know how far the town is if you've been taken there. 7. You don't become an expert in 5 days. 8. You cannot work for food when there is no food for work. 9. You cannot cure a wound by striking it gently. 10. You can kill a man's identity on earth, but you cannot kill his spirit. 11. With time an egg will walk. 12. Who follows the elephant will have no problems. 13. Where the heart sleeps is where you're bound to go at dawn. 14. See a rat running in a fire, then what it's running away from is hotter than fire. 15. When the shadow of a tree is bent, straighten the tree, not the shadow. 16. When problems visit a man, it arrives with its own bed and table. 17. When a tortoise embarks on a journey, he doesn't ask for directions because he does not want his enemies to know where he's going. 18. When a lion runs and looks back, it's not that he is afraid, rather, he is trying to see the distance he has covered. 19. What you learn is what you die with. 20. What makes a sheep bleat loudly, the goat had already seen before. 21. Water is colorless and tasteless, but you can live on it longer than eating food. 22. You will never know the importance of the buttocks until they develop a boil. 23. You don't give someone a goat for a gift and still hold on to the rope. 24. You cannot win a lottery without buying a ticket. 25. You cannot climb a bit of success with your hands tied up. 26. You can hide wine in a gourd but not in the belly. 27. With much knowledge there is much sorrow, with much wisdom there is much weeping. 28. Who eats too much will then be sick. 29. Where the rain falls, there is no hunger. 30. When you plant a yam, it produces another yam. 31. When the river dries up, we will all see where the crocodile sleeps. 32. When problems come, they carry along with them all their relatives. 33. When a stone is identified, it cannot destroy a hoe. 34. When a king has good counselors, his reign is peaceful. 35. What you help a child to love can be more important than what you help him to learn. 36. What makes a fool excited now, a wise person had heard before and isn't excited. 37. Water from another man's calabash tastes differently. 38. You shouldn't leave your own fire ablaze to go and put out your neighbor's fire. 39. You do not verify from your mother the authenticity of what your grandmother has told you. 40. You cannot stop planting cereals just because birds are going to feast on them. 41. You cannot blindfold a man and expect him to ferry you across the river. 42. You can beat a fool half to death, but you can't beat the foolishness out of him. 43. With a little seed of imagination, you can grow a field of hope. 44. Who does not love to dance does not love to sing. 45. Where rain has ever been trapped before, when it rains again, it will get trapped once again. 46. When you lose on the drum beating of the gods, you lose on the rhythm and pace of life. 47. When the rain falls, it falls on both the freeborn and the slaves. 48. When one tries to shake a big tree, he ends up shaking himself. 49. When a stiff-necked bull stands with its forelegs planted firmly and refuses to move, you cannot make it go ahead only by pulling it by the reins and using your whip. 50. When a 4-year child is still crawling instead of walking, it is time to cry out. 51. What you do with injustice often backfires. 52. What kills a calf comes from the udder. 53. Wars are created by people too old to fight for those too young to die. 54. You should know what's being cooked in the kitchen, otherwise you might eat a forbidden food. 55. You do not beat a drum with one finger. 56. You cannot think you could teach a fish to swim. 57. You cannot beat a child to take away its tears. 58. You ask for the ancestors' help and then help yourself. 59. White ants can do no harm to a stone. 60. Where many are gathered, there is much to be said. 61. When you give a friend a goat, you have to let go of the leash. 62. When the mother monkey leaves her baby to fall, one must not blame the dried branch. 63. When one man's curse falls on a person, another one breaks it. 64. When a slippery ground lies ahead, do not laugh at those who have fallen. 65. When a dog cannot bite, it has a bone in its mouth. 66. What you eat now comes out later. 67. What is tightly wrapped is known by only the wrapper. 68. War is a bad chisel with which to carve out tomorrow. 69. You never know a line is zigzag until you put a straight line against it. 70. You could destroy everything I have believed in, and your father before you, and his father before you. You cannot stop birds from flying over your head, but you can stop them nesting in your hair.